Welcome to the Selfie Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today I will be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what that means is that you could bring out your own whips or projects that you are starting. Or you could do things that like chores, you could drive around, or you could sit on the couch doing absolutely nothing, or on the bed, laying in bed, while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. With that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm back to working on the Muka right here. So I'm getting close. I'm like a row away from her face. Her face is literally on this next row right here underneath this. But yeah, I'm currently in the dining room and it is way early morning. It's just finally started to have light. You may be hearing some noise. You might hear some crunching. You might hear some scattering. You might hear bells ringing. And if you haven't seen the little YouTube short that I posted last week, or the the title of this Wip Chat. My goodness, I need more coffee or caffeine. Anyway, I've adopted two little kittens. Well, they're not little. They're still kittens though. They're both 3 months old. And it has been a week. It's been a wild week. So I actually have one sitting across from me. He was sitting next to me, but now he's on the other chair. And then the other one, she is like on the bench, I think. She tried to get on the table earlier, but I had to tell her to get off the table. She wasn't happy about that. But yeah, anyway, so if you were around for my last Wip Chat, I actually was wrapping it up and saying we were going to the shelter that day, so which we did. It was kind of funny how we kind of planned things. I was very surprised about my husband. So, oh, and I'm pushing this table. I am not used to diamond painting. And I'm hitting the tripod. I am a mess, guys. So it has been 2 weeks of barely diamond painting. Yesterday was the first day I actually got to diamond paint, and I diamond painted this because I want this done. I have 10 days, 11 days, 10 days. I don't even know what day it is anymore, guys. The days have jumbled together. But anyway, I want to get this done, and I haven't even started on Galaxy. I wanted to work on that. I haven't touched my Carlac diamond painting at all this month, which was something I definitely wanted to touch. My goodness, it has been a few weeks. And the kittens wasn't the only thing that was keeping me busy. There was, we had a medical emergency, which I will get into as well, but we'll start with the kittens. We'll start with the adorable little kitties. But yeah, if you hear any bells ring, and we put collars on so we can hear them, because they're sometimes they're stealthy, not all the time. But I think they tuckered themselves out, so hopefully there won't be much noise right now. They were chasing each other earlier today. But yeah, so oh my goodness, is that your tummy? Is that your tummy? I'm hearing someone's tummy growling. I don't know what, or gurgling. I know it's not mine, but it was like, whose tummy is that? Because they're like right next to me. So, but yeah. Anyway, so the night prior, I kind of was like, we were joking around, and we finally made the decision of, yeah, let's go and see the kittens and adopt some and everything. And I had Jaina help me pack the cat carriers into the car, but under the guise of, we're going to try and convince Daddy to go and get kitties and stuff like that. And originally my husband had the idea of, like, he was actually going to go into the office on Monday instead of working from home on Mondays, which is what he normally does. And then he was going to go and adopt the cats. But instead, he decided that we should just all go together, which is a good thing. And we kind of went it as a surprise. So I said, hey, Daddy's birthday is on Tuesday, which is, was the case and everything. And we were like, I'm like, we should, go and get Daddy a birthday present. So we're going to go to the mall on Monday. And Daddy was allowed to some time off. So we're going to go and figure out a nice birthday present for him because his birthday's the next day. The kids fell for it. And they kept going, what mall are we going to? Have we been to this place? And everything, asking 20 questions. And we're like, you'll see. He, like that. And as we were getting closer, Nicole, because she's Nicole, started looking, like trying to find where this place was, because we put the address in, but it didn't say what the location was. Thank goodness. But she started looking on her phone and found out where we were going and went, oh! And I was like, keep it closed. Keep your mouth closed. And so she was like, okay. So, but yeah, I kept my eye on the cats that we wanted. We got there just as it opened. And they were not really ready for the public just yet because they were still cleaning up and everything. But yeah, we started getting set up. My husband signed in. Basically, we had 3 kittens that we wanted to take a look at, and we were thinking maybe adopting 3. We decided to just adopt 2. And I'm so glad we just went with 2. As much as we would love to have a 3rd one, we decided to go with 2. It was really perfect timing with everything because with it was like adopt 1, and then you can get if you adopt a second cat, it was half the price of the adoption fee. So I was like, definitely, yeah, let's take advantage of that kind of thing. So which was and I think it just finished that whole bit was just done. I think they were trying to they had a surplus of cats and stuff like that. So but yeah, anyway, we get in, but they told us that we were welcome to at least look at, and it did feel a little bit like window shopping in a way, because they had a lot of the cats up front, not the kittens. There was like 2 kitten rooms, but the cats that were available for adoption and everything. And it had their names, their age, if they were fixed or not, like written on the windows and stuff like that. And there was just one cat, he was just so, like, he immediately perked up when we walked over there. I'm like, I felt so bad that I'm like, oh my goodness. And I know that everyone would be like, hey, why did you go with kittens? Kittens don't stay kittens forever. And why wouldn't you go with an adult cat and everything? And it was just like a lot of the cats that were adults, they were older adults and stuff like that. And we have 3 children. Yes, one of them's a teenager, but the other 2, they're 10-year-olds. And they're rambunctious 10-year-olds and extremely loud 10-year-olds. We felt like an older cat would not be a good fit for our family because, an older cat probably would not want to be around 2 children who are extremely loud and run everywhere and stuff like that. We figured with kittens, they would be, we could get them used to the noise, that all that energy, extra energy the kids have, they could, convert it into playing with the kittens and stuff like that. We kind of had to explain to the kids that the kittens sleep a lot. But they do have a lot of energy when they're awake. So when they're awake, you definitely can play with them. But anyway, so yeah, we signed up, we got all the stuff, and we were introduced to our first pick, and he's adorable. We went with our first 2 picks. So, and we changed their names. So I've had already picked out like a few space themed names and stuff like that. So kind of went through the list on the way home, and we came with Rigel for him. But anyway, so when we first saw him, Michael was really worried of him. He was like, I'm not so sure. He was wary of all the cats. He was a little, a little kind of scared, and we were just like, it's okay. Because right then, Rigel, he was not in the mood to really play with us. He was more interested in the toy. We're like trying to interact with him, but he was not having it too much. But he was still interacting a little bit. Of course, he didn't want to be picked up. Yada yada yada. I feel like they grew in a week for some reason. Like, holy cow. Because I'm looking at a picture and they look like a little bit bigger. But anyway, we were told that he had ear mites. But he just recently gotten an ear swab, and they checked and there was like no debris, and he got cleared for it. He was like on medicine and stuff like that. But they did say that it was recommended to take him to the vet just to make sure, especially since we're having 2 kittens and everything. So we're still trying to get a vet scheduled for that. For a lot of things. Plus, to get them, some more of their shots and stuff like that. They're almost all the way vaccinated on a lot of stuff and everything. What's funny is they're both 3 months old, but they're a day apart, so they're pretty much the same age. They were from different households that relinquished them and their brothers and sisters and everything. So, but yeah, let's see. So yeah, we got Rigel. We definitely agreed that we wanted to adopt him. And then we were introduced to Nova. So Rigel is a gray tabby. He is adorable. I have never had a gray tabby. I had other tabbies and stuff like that, but not like gray. And then I have never had a tortie before. And this might be so silly because there's just like, and yeah, I kind of picked her because she was a tortie. But what sealed the deal was she is an absolute cuddle bug. I don't know if that's going to change in the future, but she is so adorable. So she played a little bit more compared to Rigel. So we both them. Her name was Nova. We changed her name to Nova, and we changed his name to Rigel. So. And we kind of joked around about like if we had a third cat, what would we name them and everything. And I said if it's a black cat, it would be Bellatrix. And I know Harry Potter and all that stuff, but no, it was more of, we were going space theme and stuff like that. I'm like, I feel like Bellatrix would be good. And then, or Stella, or, something like that, something like that. And then if we had a boy cat, Nicole wanted to name him Comet if we get another kitty. So, but anyway. Okay, I thought I heard something coming downstairs. Okay. Trying to think where I was. Okay, so we interacted with Nova, and oh my god, the kids were so cute. And it's funny because we were in a small little room, and we were wanted to see one more cat, and we just decided against it because we're just like we can't do a third cat. We want to, but we can't. So we had to fill out paperwork for the adoption papers and everything, tried to entertain the kids like by looking at other kittens and stuff like that. And my husband got got another litter box while he was there and everything. I already had the cat carrier, so we brought the cat carriers in and everything, and we finally got the okie dokie to go and take them home. It was so cute, and they meowed. I felt so bad because they meowed the entire time we were driving home, and it was a bit of a distance too, so felt so bad for them. I was like, they were just so pitiful, and I'm just like, I wish I could take you out of your carrier and just hug you, but I won't. But I wanna hug you, poor little babies. And my husband's like, calm down. So we have Rigel right here. Yes, you cutie patootie. I don't need to see your butt though. So yes, this here is Rigel. And then if I move over there is Nova. And they're both just being cuties, aren't you? You guys are so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at you. And you're purring up a storm today, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, you're letting me love on you, aren't you? I would be loving on Nova if she was over here too. But yeah, these are my two little kitties. Aren't they cute? Anyway, so so yeah, we get them home. Get the dining room all set up. I had the table pushed up against the wall. So finally got it pulled back out for the most part. It's not all the way out. And we got them settled into the dining room, and oh my goodness, seeing my kids' face light up when they were playing with the kittens really, really brought a smile to my face. And it was kind of funny because they were like, I can't believe you tricked us, you know, and all that stuff. It was like, and it's like, well, it was technically kind of a birthday present because my husband's birthday's was the very next day. And I'm like, it was technically my husband's birthday present, kinda, you know. He's like, my birthday present is seeing all of you guys happy. I'm like, you're cheesy. Very, very cheesy, but thank you, that's sweet. So he was, he had to go back to work right after, so he started, you know, working and everything. I had to, keep the kitties contained. I kind of stayed in the dining room watching them and everything, and interacting and playing with them. Was like showing the kids how to play with kittens with the best of my memory of how I used to interact with cats and everything. And then I was telling them how they shouldn't use their fingers or their feet as toys. That was something that my dad, if I remember correctly, it was like my dad or one of my sisters did that with the cats that we had, and oh my goodness, my feet would always get attacked, and I was just like, no, we are not doing this. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure my feet's going to get attacked regardless, but if I can lessen the chance of that, I'm going to. Plus, I don't want them nipping. And they're in the stages of teething too, so they're losing their baby teeth. So they are chomping, and like sometimes when I'm like playing with them and, you know, my fingers get near their mouth, all of a sudden I get a little nibbled, you know, not like full on hank, but it's just like a little nip, and I'm like, no, you know, like that. So I'm trying to make sure that they understand that, you know, no biting, no scratching, you know, all that kind of stuff. Oh my goodness. And then of course our brand new couch. There's, you know, we're trying to make sure they don't scratch up the couch, you know, but we also understand they're kittens. So we got scratching posts, but, you know, try and direct them to the scratching posts and everything. It's been a process. It's only been a week, so I mean, like, they're still settling in. But yeah, so we spent the full day getting them all nice and, you know, trying to get them comfortable. And I guess Rigel was just like not having the fact that he had to be stuck in the dining room. And this is the start of his troublemaking series. He is my troublemaker. He just wants to be free, but he's my troublemaker. He will always be my little troublemaker. So he immediately jumps over the gate. We were settling in for the night. We're like talking about like how we wanted to do this. If one of us wanted to sleep downstairs, so that way they could keep an ear out on the kittens and everything. And all of a sudden we hear a thump, and we look over, and he jumped over the fence, or climbed up, one of the two. And we're like, oh, hi. Because we weren't ready for him to come out into the rest of the lower part of the house in the downstairs, because nothing's really kitten proof. We wanted to kitten proof a bit before letting them free. And we're like, okay, let's get you back in the dining room. And then he escaped 2 more times after that. So we're like, okay, since it's getting closer to bedtime, we don't want him wandering upstairs. We don't really want him wandering around the electronics. And we don't have the stuff to keep them contained. Let's put them in the bathroom as a temporary solution. So we had to do that. And and I felt bad. I felt so bad. We put them in the bathroom, but they were fine. We released them the very next day, and put them back into the dining room. And at this point is a little bit about what's been going on with Nicole and stuff. We'll still talk about kittens and stuff. So if you guys remember, I mentioned that the week prior, Nicole had to go to the pediatrician. She had her wellness checkup, but she also had some concerns that she wanted to talk to her pediatrician about and everything that, and we were noticing some symptoms and signs of something wasn't quite right, for over a year. And then of course, with everything that I've been going through, so it was just like some of the stuff was kind of put to the wayside until I was feeling better, because we were and what we've been told is that every parent thought this and stuff like that too. So we first assumed that a lot of her issues, because she's been dealing with a lot of cramps and stuff like that, and no, it's not period or anything like that, but she's been dealing with a lot of cramping. She's been dealing with high anxiety and some other issues that's been going on, to the point where she's lost weight. And we were very concerned about what's going on. And her doctor even went, okay, it sounds like with some of her symptoms, I'm leaving some stuff out. It sounds like it's like some of her symptoms, because it sounds like it could be this condition, or it could be anxiety. But anxiety is a trigger for this. So let's get some blood work. Let's do some testing, and we'll see from there. I'll also get you contact you with a specialist. And since she has some anxiety and stuff, we'll also get her a therapist. So. The funny thing is, she does have her therapy appointment coming up. So, but we're like, okay, so she was not happy about some of the testing she had to do. I felt bad for her, but anyway, just in case you guys are aware, the reason why I'm not including everything is because Nicole asked me to. We talked about what is and what isn't allowed to talk about. I respect my kids' privacy, especially now that she's getting older, and she is like telling me, basically what she does and doesn't want being said. I was like, okay, I respect that. So, but yeah, so we got some testing done. Some of the testing came in first, and he first was like, okay, her hemoglobin's not low, but it's, in the borderline area. Maybe we should get her to go to the ER to get a blood transfusion. And then we're like, okay, is this an emergency that we have to do that? Because ER is expensive. And I'm like, or is this something we could schedule an appointment for to get her in, so that way it's easier to do that, so she's not waiting and spending more time being anxious about stuff. And he goes, well, it's not an emergency. Actually, let's just wait till the rest of the testing comes back, and then we'll see from there, because it's not bad. I'm like, okay. So we started her on iron supplements like he asked. She started doing that and everything. Let's see, number 8. And then a couple of other tests came back. And at that point, we were told on Monday evening, so one of the reasons why we also got kittens was because of her anxiety and stuff like that. We felt like kittens would help cheer her up, not just cheer up. Sometimes how cats can be kind of healing, kind of soothing. I'm constantly hitting that tripod. And we wanted to see, we were hoping that would be the case for the kittens for her, because she needed to have something in her life to focus on and everything. And, we've been discussing that, and it's time for kittens. And it wasn't just for Nicole, but, that was some of the reason, also that, I've been wanting cats. We were promised kittens, after I was feeling better and everything. So, but anyway, so we get a phone call on Monday, and we were expecting that Nicole probably would have to go, but we weren't expecting her to have to go get seen the very next day. So yeah, he's like, okay. Basically, they found inflammation, and that her regurgitation rate was extremely high. And then one of this other thing that we were looking at was extremely high. And then him and the specialist that he contacted both agreed that she needs to go into the ER and get a blood transfusion, and then also see about additional testing and everything. They put in the notes and everything. So my husband and her went in, and we were just thinking, okay, because we were told that this way they would be able to see the specialist. We would be able to get seen with the specialist sooner. So we're thinking, go in, get a blood transfusion. That way we can get the date to see the specialist, yada, yada, yada. So we weren't expecting to be like, get a diagnosis and everything within a week. Holy cow. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, so the very next day, they went to the ER. I'm like, and we didn't pack any bags or anything like that. She just brought her phone with her and charger and everything to keep her occupied. I spent the day playing with the cats and having Jaina be with me, entertaining them and everything. Michael was just like, no, I'm good. I'm staying away. I'm like, okay. That's fine. That's good. That's okay. So I just kind of kept the cats entertained. For the most part, man, it was exhausting work. And especially since Rigel at that point started just escaping constantly, like jumping up, climbing up, and then even taught Nova to do the same thing. Like Nova tried to climb over at one point, and I was just like, was constantly going, go back into the dining room, go back into the dining room. And then we ordered gates and stuff like that to get delivered here, so we could basically put a border so that way they don't get into the office. My husband didn't want them to go with the electronics where he works at, so he didn't want them trying to climb under and everything, which understandable. And he didn't want them going upstairs until they're older. So we were like, let's give them all downstairs to explore. And when they get a little bit older, they can go upstairs. But right now, that's a little too much to give to 3-month-olds, that much freedom. So, so at that point, I was like telling the kids, hey, at this point, you need to start picking your stuff up and taking it to your room, because once I let these kittens go free, your stuff is fair game to them. So I'm like, if you want it and you don't want it destroyed, take it upstairs. I don't think they understand the severity of it. So Nicole and my hubby went to the ER, and it had to be a specific one. They told him to go to a certain one in the city and everything. So for like the children's one. So, but luckily with all the notes that both her pediatrician and the specialist that he contacted put down, they immediately got her registered in and everything, and started doing more testing, and her hemoglobin actually dropped even more. So they definitely confirmed that she needed a blood transfusion that day. So but then became the fun part. They said that they were wanting to do some certain testing for her, and to do stuff. And she actually got to see one of the specialists there today. Well, not today, but when she was in there, they actually came in, which is like, holy cow, right? And we were expecting transfusion, home, right? And appointment. Nope. They're like, they're like, all right, because Nicole's been in pain. She's been in so much pain for about, oh goodness, she's been kind of complaining about being in pain for over 6 months, but the last few months have been where it's a near day where my stomach hurts, my side hurts, it just, nothing feels good, I don't feel great, a lot. So they're like, okay, we have a feeling that it's these two things. we are going to just get you scheduled in to, you're going to stay the night. And, well, they said that she was going to stay till Thursday. And we're like, oh, okay. And that wasn't the case. She stayed all the way till Friday, to be honest. But anyway, she got her transfusion, and she said, I feel so much better. I feel awake and alert, which was a shocking thing. But then she was not happy about the fact that she had to stay. She had to stay at the hospital, and she found out very soon that you don't really rest at a hospital because they kept waking her up. The poor. Oh, hi, Fragile. Oh, hi, baby. Oh my goodness, he decided to come and sit next to me. Oh, sorry, I get distracted easy. So. Anyway, so I'm making this sound like it's some horrible thing. It's not. It's nothing. She is in a lot better spirits now than she was before. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm sure people who have this condition, they probably know what's going on. And I've already told a couple of my friends about what's been going on, and they have gone through some of the same experiences that she has, and offered support and everything, which I gave to Nicole, let her know that she had questions and everything that, I could ask them, and, they definitely would, answer them and everything. I've been, looking stuff up and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so, but even the specialist says a lot of parents assume it's just anxiety. They start going down the same path that we do, and usually this is the point where the diagnosis gets made, because it gets to the point where she's in a lot of pain. She's she's having trouble doing things and everything. So yeah, nothing that we did was wrong, is what we were told. But I still felt like cruddy, because I was like, we were focusing on me and everything, and I just feel like it's me, all last year. My husband's like, stop that. But it does feel like, we focused as much as we did. He goes, we were in a matter of survival last year. He goes, you can't feel like that. I'm like, but I do. Anyway, so she was told that she could not have any food the next day, and she was on a clear diet for the procedures that they wanted to put her through. She was not happy about that. So, and she had to, drink some stuff for her procedures and everything. So, so yeah, she spent the whole Wednesday, without food. And my husband came home on Tuesday night. And since it's a children's hospital, parents are allowed to sleep there. They're allowed to stay there 24/7. So there's not okay, visiting hours, go home kind of thing. So my husband and I talked about it, and yeah, since even though he works, and I am a stay-at-home mom, we do have 2 kids and the kittens to take care of. So it was decided he would not be able to focus on work if he had to take care of the kittens. Even though he wasn't able to work as much as he wants, he can still work with Nicole, because Nicole's older and won't be doing 50 million questions all the time, and she can entertain herself. My husband and I agreed that she could have her laptop with her to keep playing and everything while she was there. I even took downtime off her phone while she was at the hospital. I was like, yeah, she needs to keep herself entertained. I'm not gonna have that downtime on. So especially if she wanted to put have a sound machine or something like that it's going on, so she could try and get a little bit of sleep, which didn't happen. Poor kid. But yeah, she kept being awake a lot. But yeah, it was just all through Wednesday she kept asking, can I have cat pictures? So I sent her cat pictures all week, for her videos, cat pictures, everything, showing them the new stuff that they get introduced. Basically, I was in a whirlwind of trying to prep the house for the kittens and entertain the kittens. Also, like, since I was told it was like my husband and her are going to be staying at the place for a week, I was like, okay, what kind of dinner plans do I want to make? Because it's going to just be me and the twins, so I don't want to make a big meal. So it was just like a lot of that kind of stuff. My goodness. All right, we're about 30 minutes in. Okay. Man, talking about food is now, I'm hungry. I'll eat after this. Let's see. I'm trying to think about what's going on. But yeah, so yeah, Wednesday was spent all that and me fielding fielding the cats again, like, and then having to put them in the bathroom every night. I felt so bad doing that. I was just like, I don't want to do this to you guys. I'm so sorry. Especially since Rigel, my little troublemaker, was just like constantly, like, oh man, trying to escape. I was like, I know you're trouble. You look so cute and innocent, but I know better. And watching them play, it was like kind of very cute to see their personality. Rigel was very skittish at first, like, and now he doesn't tolerate being held as long as Nova does, but I can hold him for longer periods of time without him trying to get away. And he likes pets. Before he was like, oh, don't know if I want you to pet me as much. Now it's like, oh yeah. He won't run away when you start petting him now. So he's like, yeah, give me those pets. But yeah, it's just but yeah, I was like, all week I was sending her, like, she would ask for a picture, I would immediately snap a picture of what the cats were doing and send it to her. But yeah, that was one of the biggest reasons why I did not have much diamond painting time. It was just like, it was kind of funny because it's just like, our expectation was, oh yeah, Nicole's going to be here to help with the kitties and everything before she goes back to school, and because she's been wanting cats, and she said she volunteered to help out and everything, and it was like so funny that we get them and she couldn't volunteer. But yeah, so she went in for had to go do her procedure on Thursday, had to go 24 hours without any food and everything, and I was so surprised. They diagnosed her right after, like, they did a couple of biopsies to get the official diagnosis, and we're still waiting for that. But they found out really quickly what was, going on with her immediately, and now she is on certain medication that she'll have to take for a long time. She just had her first dose like on Friday, so immediately the next day they put her on it and got her set up with the specialist and everything. So, and she'll be on her second dose pretty soon after this. But it's been nice seeing her back to her aloof self, like not just aloof but in pain, or aloof but grumpy. And she's downstairs more, so which is mostly because of the kittens. But it was so funny because we were told it may be Saturday when she would come home, and instead she got told she was discharged on Friday. So we got to see her, and it was so cute because the whole time we were on talking and stuff like that, she was, let me find this color instead of just like rambling. She was asking, like, can we watch K-pop Demon Hunters when I get back home? I'm like, of course, we can watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, whatever you want. And it was kind of funny too in a way, because I was just like, okay, she's coming home on Friday. I didn't plan dinner Friday. I had dinner planned for the next day, which was chicken and rice soup, because she asked for that. She's like, can you make me chicken and rice soup? I really want something like that. That gives me the meaning. Basically, she melted my heart. She goes, that makes me feel like I'm at home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she loves my food. I was just like, oh. So I was like, yeah, I'll make you a big batch of chicken and rice soup. And she was like so excited for that. So, but I didn't have plans for dinner on Friday because it was just like I was just thinking it was going to be me and Michael and Jana. And I was like, I'm just gonna heat up a little bit of meatballs and make them like little meatball sliders, and that was that. And then I was gonna scrounge around for leftovers or something for myself. And I was so shocked that they were on their way home. So I said, "Hey, should we do pizza?" And my husband's like, "Yeah, sure." And then I was just like, I don't feel like doing Papa John's or Pizza Hut. I know what, they are driving one by one of our favorite pizza places on the way home. So I went, "Hey, can you get this pizza?" And he's like, "That actually sounds like a good plan, but can you order it for me?" And I'm like, "Dang it!" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Old me would be like, "No, I don't want to call." And new me's like, "I don't want to call, but okay." So yeah, it took a while because it was a Friday night and it was busy, and they are always busy. So their phone was constantly, just ringing and hanging up on me. So it was just like, but ordered what my husband told me to get. He's like, "Yeah, get this stuff," and I'm like, "Okay." So and gave him his name and number so that way he could pick it up and everything. And it was so good. It was so good. Nicole was so excited that she was able to eat pizza without any issues, too. So she does have to watch out for some of her food for what she's eaten for a bit, as this medicine's regulating through hers and everything. But like I said, she is like almost a completely different person. Well, not almost a completely different person. She's still Nicole. She's just a happier version. So, but yeah, so she is ecstatic to be home playing with the kitty. She was telling me how much she missed me. I told her how much I missed her too. I was just like, I felt bad because I wanted to sleep over one night, but it's just like there was just no no. I'm hitting that. There's just no way of really doing that without making a lot of plans. So. My goodness. So, yeah, she got home and immediately one of the first things was just like, "Kitties!" She immediately grabbed like Nova because Nova was the cuddle bug. So, and it was funny because all week I was like picking up the cats, trying to get them used to human interaction and stuff like that. So I would pick them up, pet them, and then put them back down, that kind of stuff to get them used to someone picking them up all the time and it was funny because Jana, I was like, I had to tell Jana to stop being so, like, she wasn't mistreating them, but it was just like, poor Nova, because she's such a cuddle bug, she would just constantly pick Nova up. Nova would be like eating and she would just scoop Nova up to go cuddle with her. I'm like, let her eat first. So we finally got through that, so she doesn't do that anymore. But like she like last night, Nova's like sitting next to me as I'm diamond painting in here, and Nicole's like on her computer and everything, and she just comes in and she goes, "Is Nova right there next to you?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Can I take her?" I'm like, "Sure." So she scoops her up and then just starts hugging her and stuff like that. I'm like, it's cute, but it's just like, oh my goodness, you kid. So yeah, so Nicole came home and immediately started cuddling with Nova, and Nova's just like, "Okay, hi, new person," because it's been almost, it's been several days since we were gone. She was gone, so she doesn't really know Nicole. So, all right, let me open this. I don't really like perforated things, but I'm just gonna deal with it. I've been just dealing with it with this one. So let me just try to open. I am messing up here. All right. You know what? Let's see if I can just do this instead. All right, there we go. And there, a lot better. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, let's see. So yeah, So that was the first night she came back, and it was just she told me that she doesn't hurt anymore, which is awesome. I love that. And she's not constantly like running to go upstairs and everything because she's in pain and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure some people know what's going on and stuff like that. Like I said, it's not anything like really bad or anything like that. But you know, she's just she just didn't want me to go in details because she's embarrassed about some of it. So I was like, okay, I gotcha. So, and I said, of course, I wouldn't even go into details about that. But I told her what I would talk about. So she's like, okay, that's good. So, but yeah, so she spent she spent the last few days downstairs. And it was so funny because it's just like never seen her, and now she's downstairs because there's kittens and stuff like that. And Rigel has taken a liking to her. So Rigel will not sit on anyone's lap. He'll sit on Nicole's lap. And it's funny because Nicole's playing on her laptop and everything in the dining room. She's talking to her friends. And then all of a sudden, Rigel just starts climbing onto her lap. And just starts just laying there and then purring, and she's just looking at me like, ah! And I'm like, oh wow, But I mean, like, it's an improvement that I have Rigel right here. He's like next to me, and he's all snuggling and stuff. My goodness. And I think Nova. Let me look. Yeah, Nova is. Let me look. Oh my goodness, where is she? Yep, she's on the bench. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to wake you up. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Oh, my goodness. It's funny because sometimes he falls, and when he stretches and he just slides off the chair, it's like we have 2 cat beds, and they use the cat beds for the first week. And it's so cute because I have so many pictures of them snoozing next to each other. But now that they have more freedom and stuff. Oh, you like my hand? Oh, he's rubbing up against my hand, guys. Oh my goodness. But now that they have more freedom and stuff, the beds aren't really a priority anymore. I tried to see if they like boxes. They don't know yet. I've just been keeping them out. If they don't want to go on them, that's okay. I throw away a couple, so there's not like always a huge amount of boxes. So, let's see. But yeah, so when my husband got home, we had to put together the playpen that we bought for them. So you decided to go on the other side today, huh? And you want to go on this side now? Okay. Can't pitch you as much since I'm diamond painting, but that's okay. But yeah, so we decided to get a playpen. We were like, okay, we want them to have freedom, but they're still too tiny to kind of roam free at night. So we're gonna have them at least in the playpen, and we're gonna get them used to the dining room and everything, living room. So we let them free. We let them wander and stuff like that. My husband just went, you can't just stay in the dining room the rest of, your life watching these cats. I'm like, true, but I was waiting for the other stuff to get put together. And like when they were at the hospital and stuff like that, I actually went and cleaned Nicole's room because holy cow, that kid had a messy room. Sorry, I did not promise I wasn't going to say anything about that because good Lord, his room was disgusting, guys. And I told her I tried to respect her privacy and everything, but now that, I've been telling her to clean her room, and I understand she wasn't feeling the best, so she wasn't doing a lot, but I kind of gave it a quick reset, didn't look at anything. What I pretty much did was empty her drawers, cleared out all the water bottles and trash and wrappers and stuff like that, and put everything back in it nice and neat. I didn't bother looking at stuff because, I'm trying to respect most of her privacy and stuff like that, but I just needed her room cleaned and picked up. So I told her when she was feeling a lot better that she needs to separate her clothes, though, because she has a lot of clothes. Like, there was even one where I was like, Jana can wear this. So it's like, okay, you go, please do this. And that's pretty much it. Now that it gave her a quick reset of the room for the most part, she'll have to clean out the closet herself. But now that she has a quick reset, she can keep the room clean herself. Hopefully, cross your fingers. Oh man. But yeah, so we got the playpen put up. It has like a little cover on the top so they can't just jump out at night and everything. But I do not know what to do about the situation with Rigel, because he seems to think that his body waste is special and must be protected at all costs. He kicks litter so much. So like we've been trying to keep up with it. So like I even clean it twice a day. That's how much, I've been on top of it, and everything. So, but he kicks litter like nobody's business. Like he like digs into the litter box like so much, and then like he's trying to like really hide his body waste, and I'm like, dude, it's not that special. You're special, but your poop isn't. Your poop's not that special, dude. It was just like, but and it's like, and then he's like all up in Nova's business whenever she's trying to go, and it's like, let her be. I am thinking about getting a cat cover or something like that, because good lord, this cat, oh my god. And then we're gonna have the bathroom opened up, so I was thinking that's where we're gonna put the litter box up permanently. So I was thinking definitely getting like some sort of container to kind of contain all the litter from everywhere. Because he just, and then this last night he went crazy. So we're thinking about keeping them in their playpen at nighttime for maybe another week or two, like as they're getting acclimated to downstairs. I've been sleeping downstairs all week, and I slept again downstairs just to make sure that they were okay. I woke up this morning to my husband getting ready for work and everything, and Nicole went with him to work today because she has one of her doctor's appointments and stuff like that. And it's just easier. It was just easier for him to take. He got permission from his boss to, be able to take her in and everything. So she's playing on her laptop and stuff like that. So, but yeah, they came downstairs, and immediately these little rascals started meowing and being all pitiful and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, you're breaking my heart, guys. You're breaking my heart. So like after they left, even though it was like really, really early in the morning, I'm like, well, I'm not going back to bed. Might as well just let them out. Which is what I did. I let them out. I'm like, freedom, you're run free. We got the baby gates, so it's one of those mesh ones that we can pull across, and then it's the extra tall one, so they can't just jump up. Well, hopefully anytime soon. They're really tall ones, so stretch. I'm stretching, sorry. But anyway, so yeah, we've been just like trying to keep them entertained. We're just, getting used to our little new normal in our household and stuff like that. Hopefully the kittens will get more used to our house and everything. And on top of everything else, like I have to get ready for school for the kids. Like school for us is in literally 2 weeks. And I know people are like, wait, what? School doesn't start for us in 2 weeks. Well, it's different for us because we don't have a year-round schedule or anything like that. But their schedule is they got out of school earlier, so now they go back earlier. So, which is a good thing because the summers here are just miserable, and they don't go outside at this point in summer anymore because it's just too hot. Because like we're in another heat dome, and we're feeling like 100+ stuff, and it's not fun to go out there. So it's just like, if they're going to stay inside, might as well just put them in school. And then like on the spring breaks and winter intersession and fall intersession, those are cooler times where they can actually go outside and play, which is, a good thing. And it's kind of funny because it's just like, before with I'm kind of circling back with Nicole after she got her blood transfusion, and she actually needed to get one more, I think, after everything, because her hemoglobin dropped again after the procedures and stuff like that. And so she looks like she has color in her face. She doesn't look as pale anymore. And I was just like, and we kind of joked around that we both are anemic buddies now, because she and I are taking the same iron supplements, and now she and I we're not taking the same vitamin D supplements. I mean, like, I got the stronger dose compared to her. I have to take one that's every week, and I have to take mine with food. She doesn't have to take hers with food, and it's every day, and it's like a smaller dose. I'm like, lucky. I'm like, you're lucky. So, yeah, it was just we were kind of joking around how we have some of the same nutritional deficiencies and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's so weird. So it's just like, yay, we're iron buddies, vitamin D buddies, and everything. So I'm like, so it's just like, but it was just kind of funny how she and I are both on the same iron supplement and everything. So, so yeah, it's just been doing all of that. And like I said, getting used to our new normal. Oh, hey there. Hi there. Oh, what a cutie patootie you are. Oh my goodness. I know. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Or you go, you are such a little troublemaker. That's another thing I do. Had to start teaching them not to jump on tables. So, and one of the things is, this is why I say he's my troublemaker. So I put foil. So I read about the whole foil thing, right? I'm like, okay, cats don't like aluminum foil. So I put aluminum foil around the table edge, crumpled it up, put it around the table edge. Nova avoids it. She doesn't like a foil. You know what this little rascal does? He starts chewing on it. He bats at it. He jumps at it like it's not. Oh, you want to go on me? You want to climb on me? Okay. You want to say hi to the camera? There you go. You probably can hear him purring. Oh, nope, it's sticky there. You don't want to put your paws there. Oh, now you don't like that. I'm sorry. Yep, you can go on my shoulder. It's okay. Oh, nope, never mind. We're done with me. Okay. We're done with me. We're climbing on my back. Ow. Ow, Rigel, careful. So anyway, so yeah, this rascal, he decides he's going to chew on the aluminum foil instead. And I'm just like... So that didn't work. But we've been teaching them not to climb, not to scratch the furniture. I've been directing them to a scratching post whenever they try. Ow. Hey, dude. My back is not a scratching post. He's like trying to climb back up on my chair. All right, there you go. You're back on your chair now. You're back on your blanket. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's pretty much stuff that's been going on. Chris seems to think, my husband, thinks that Nova's my favorite. I said, they're both my favorite. He goes, no, you cuddle Nova more. I'm like, that's because Nova lets me cuddle her more. I would cuddle just as much with Rachel if he lets me. I'm like, I'm not picky. They're picky. Isn't that right, you little rascal? Huh? Yeah. Aw. He's back to snuggling on the couch. I got, not the couch, but I got my blankets and stuff. We have a use for all the fleece blankets that we have lying around now. They're really good for the cats to go and snuggle on. So I folded a lot of blankets and just put them around the household for them to have a spot to sit on. They found their own sunny spot here in the dining room whenever the sun's setting on this side of the house. The sun has like a really nice spot, so there's like a nice big sun spot for them to just kind of lounge on. I took a picture of them cuddling and snuggling and grooming each other. They were like just grooming each other. It was so adorable. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm still in the kitten phase. It's so cute and stuff, but I know that they'll get bigger. They're gonna be more troublemakers and stuff like that. Especially this one. Had to break up. There was a little bit of a fight between the two of them. I had to break it up. Usually it's after they get free and they have the sumis and stuff like that. Rigel's a little bit bigger than Nova, and he wants to play. He wants to play all the time with her, and she's just like, I'll play. And then she's like, okay, I'm done playing. I'll play later. And he's like, but I still want to play. And then she's like, I said no. And then it's like a little fight. And then I have to break it up. Isn't that right, you little rascal? Yeah, you're purring up a storm trying. See, this is how he gets me. He just starts purring, and then I'm like, okay, you're such a cutie. Yeah. Even Nicole's like, oh, he's not a troublemaker. No one can be a troublemaker when they act like that. I'm like, That's his innocence. That's his innocent act. He's just acting innocent, but he's not. I'm like, he's plotting. But he was plotting the other day, because when we put up the gates for the upstairs and also for the office, he was kind of like looking and trying to figure out how to squeeze around it and everything. I'm like, you'll figure it out one day, but it won't be today. But you'll figure it out. I have a feeling you'll figure it out. My husband and I discussed about putting double-sided sticky tape on the top of the countertops and stuff like that, and then also like on the top of the baby gates, so he won't want to climb up there. We don't really want him going upstairs just yet, and we don't want him on the countertops, because I gotta chop up food and stuff like that. I gotta prep food, and I don't really need little kitten paws that have been digging in kitty litter all over that. But man, I have been mopping. I do have to ask for one piece of advice. Oh, he came back on the other side. All right, so I have been trying, I've done 2 different kitty litters so far. Is there a cat litter that they don't track their paws everywhere? There's just white little footprints. They said it's dust free. It's not dust free. And I'm just trying to find something that's not going to have a bunch of white paw prints all over the house. Because it's just I'm sweeping and stuff almost every day now, multiple times a day, where it's where it used to be where I swept once every couple of days. Now it's every day, multiple times, because of the litter. But it's just there's white paw prints all over the place, and I'm mopping, I'm wiping down the tables, see if I caught them going onto the tables and everything. Oh man. So if you guys who have cats know of a litter that will be safe for the kitties, because I'm trying to find some stuff that's I don't want to be harmful to the house and stuff, especially since we have a suspicion that Jaina might be allergic to the cats, so we got to figure out what to do, because we're keeping the cats. She's been sneezing a lot and everything, and when they got because the kittens have nipped up, so I got a little bit of a scratch right here actually from Rigel. And been trying to teach them no biting, no attacking. When you see hands coming at you or anything like that, it's no. Because they're kittens, they gotta learn. They're learning. We're not, I'm not oh my god, these cats, So, but yeah, her whenever she has a little bit of a scratch, it definitely raises up, and it doesn't get infected or anything like that, but it's just definitely inflamed and everything, and it itches a lot for her. So we're it's a good thing we got her doctor's appointment coming up, so we can talk about stuff that she can be on, because she's definitely doesn't want to give up kittens too. We're definitely no, we're not giving up the kitties. We'll figure this out. We'll definitely figure this out for her, so she can live. She can be peacefully coexisting with them, especially since she loves Nova. Yesterday, oh my goodness! So the whole picking up Nova thing and everything, it's just oh my goodness. So yesterday when she did the whole like yoink with Nova and everything, she grabs Nova and walks off into the living room and just plops down on the couch and then just like sits her right next to her and starts playing Minecraft. And Nova's just like, this is my life now. And just starts purring up a storm. Oh, and I missed 2 of those, so. And it was so funny because Nova's just like, okay, whatever. And just closed her eyes and, dealt with it. I'm like, okay, she's gotta be, that sassy attitude's gonna come out soon. She is aggressive though. I will say that she is aggressive with her toys. I'm like, holy cow, this cat is like, so, keeping an eye on that. So, but yeah, if you guys have any advice about the litter situation, I would definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to do my best with getting these kittens all happy and healthy. Gotta get them into the vet soon, especially since one of them needs their shots coming up, because we adopted Nova right before her one of her doses that they were going to give her, so we're the ones that are gonna have to go and get her that dose. So but they're so cute, they're adorable. So definitely if you have any advice about the litter, I'm still learning how to be a cat parent again, so I'm not gonna be too, I hope I'm not going to be too sappy with the kittens. My husband said I was babying them, especially with Nova, because, if Jana wasn't holding Nova, I was holding Nova. But I'm like, I can't help it. Nova just loves cuddles, man. But now I'm trying to get Rigel used to cuddles, and he likes to, he'll tolerate my pets and everything, so. And he'll tolerate me picking them up. And it was funny the other day because he tried to when he was still contained in the dining room, and he tried to escape. I just I held him and walked around the living room and did this kind of like Lion King spiel, like everything the light touches. But I'm like, everything the light touches and doesn't touch us will be yours one day. But not yet. Not yet. And then I was just like pointing to the dining room, but that, you must never go there. He did try to escape there one time, like when we didn't have the gates and stuff installed yet, and he jumped out of the dining room and was, wandering around, and we're like, no, and he went into the office. He got underneath my husband's computer and everything. It was like, oh goodness, come here. Don't go in the computer stuff. So yeah, just like trying to make sure, try and protect them as best as we can. Been watching to see if they eat cables. They tried to a few times, so it's like, okay, and they stopped. Unless they see it moving like it, like the toys that we have, then they go and attack it again. So I bought some anti-chew wires just in case, especially since they keep chewing on stuff. So I bought some things for them to chew on instead. I'm like, you chew on these, and trying to make sure I'm not giving them like too many treats. I gave them 2 treats so far. So of the kitten types, true. Gave him that. So, but yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm just rambling now. I should wrap it up instead. I asked you guys for advice, and then I just kind of went on another spiel. But anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!